Hello, guys. You are welcome to phase two. All right. I sincerely congratulate you for completing the phase one part of the theory session. Okay. We talked. We. It has actually been an interesting journey. Okay, from the introduction to forex to technical analysis, and now we are in phase two. And phase two, we are going to be talking about fundamental analysis. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, we are going to be delving deep into what we have in today's video. Okay, so in my next slide, I will be moving straight up to what we are going to be doing in today's video. And we are going to be talking about understanding economic indicators. Okay. Now, I told you in Forex, we have two types of indicators. We have the technical and we have the economic or the fundamental indicators. Okay. So here we're going to be talking about, in this video, we're going to be talking about understanding economic indicators. Okay. And right here, I have that economic indicators in Forex are piece of data, okay, or statistics that provide insights into the economic performance of a country or a region. Okay. So these are data that gives us insight, okay, about the economic performance of a particular region or a particular country. Okay, so if I want to know how a country, for example, how the US economy is striving, okay, if I want to know how they are coping, or whether they are doing good or they are doing bad, all I need to do is to go check a series of data, okay, and this series of data are called the economic indicators. Okay, these indicators are important because they can influence the value of a country's currency, okay, and therefore impact forex market. All right, so if you neglect these indicators, or you underrate them, you can end up, okay, messing up the economic status of your country. Okay, or if a country underrates these economic indicators, or do not consider them relevant, they are bound to express disaster. All right, so moving on, we wouldn't really waste much time on this video. I'll just give a brief explanation of all what these things means. Okay, so some of these common indicators are, for example, we have the gross domestic product. Okay, and the gross domestic product is the total value of goods and services produced in a country over a specific period of time. Okay, so if a country is producing more than they consume, okay, the gross domestic product of that country would definitely increase. Okay, it will be positive. All right, it will indicate a positive value. But if a country consumes more than they produce, then the gross domestic product decreases or depreciates or reads a negative value. All right, so this when you want to analyze the economic state of a country, you check the GDP. Okay, and the GDP simply refers to whether that country is producing more than they consume. Okay, so that is a particular type of indicator in the economic, relates the change in price of a basket of customer goods and services. Okay, so it kind of relates to the performance of a country's currency. Okay, with regards to the consumer. Okay, the consumers that are that the a set of consumers that actually all right, so we have here that the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index. This is actually or let me just explain. So it is a measure of the inflation that calculates the change in price of a basket of consumer goods and services. Okay, so as consumers consume goods and services, tends to affect it tends to affect the inflation. Okay, And the inflation simply refers to, in a way, the performance of a country's currency. Okay, so consumers indirectly affects the way consumers consume goods in a particular country, affects the performance of that country's currency. Okay, so because that actually would definitely affect the inflation rate. Okay, so that being said, let's move to our next factor or indicator. We have the employment indicator. Okay, and this includes data on unemployment rates, job creation, and non-farm payrolls. Okay, so in this particular part, this is quite self-explanatory. Okay, so the more the employment rate in a country, the more the country, the more the economic, the more the economic state of that country thrives. Okay, it tends to give a positive report about that country. Okay, once there is enough, once the employment rate of that country is high. Okay, when there is enough employment rate, it simply means that the production in that country is also high. Okay, because if there is no need to produce, there will be no need to ask for or to employ or to employ people. Okay, to get employees in order for you to enhance more production. Okay, so these things correlate together. Okay, so the more the employment rate, the more the production, and the more the production, and when we're talking about the production, we are talking about the GDP. Okay, we're talking about the GDP, and that is the gross domestic product, okay, of a country. Now, and once these things are giving positive signs, that means the economy of a country is actually thriving well, and it definitely would reflect on the performance of the country's currency. Okay, so next we have the retail sales. Okay, and this measures the total receipts, okay, at a retail store. Definitely you may not really need all this knowledge, but I'm just trying to give you the major economic indicators. Okay, and it indicates consumer spending habits and reflects economic strength. Okay, so the more the spending habits of the spending habits of consumers in a particular in a particular in a particular country, the more the devaluation in the currency of the country. Okay, in the currency of the country. So the more you spend a particular currency, the more it devalues that currency. Okay, so we move next to trade balance. Okay, and trade balance is the difference between a country's import and export. Okay, a positive trade balance is considered favorable. Okay, and this also still relates, just as I said, they relate to each other. Okay, once there is enough production in a country, there will be need to export their products to other countries. Okay, and this definitely will translate to a positive trade balance. Okay, and a positive trade balance signifies that a country is actually doing well, and this will definitely reflect on the country's currency. Okay, in a positive dimension. Okay, so next we move to the industrial production. This is quite self-explanatory, and it measures the output of industrial establishments, which can indicate economic growth. Okay, once there are more industries, okay, once there is for example, we have the automobile industry, we have civil engineering industry, we have enough industries, we have what's it called, industries that produce cars, industries that produce soft drinks, from the nutrition part to transport, to it cuts across every sphere, okay, of the economy, infrastructure. Once these industries are being erected in a particular country, okay, it signifies positivity for that country, and it will definitely affect the economy of that particular country. Okay, so next up we move to our next slide, and right here we have consumer confidence index. Okay, measures consumer confidence in the economy, okay, which can impact consumer spending and overall economic activity. Okay, so The consumer confidence index gives more view about the consumer's confidence in a particular country's currency. Okay, and it definitely will affect the country. Okay, because when consumers do not have confidence, when they do not, sorry about that, so when they do not have enough confidence in a particular country's currency or a particular country's economy, okay, it can impact their spending habits, okay, as regards to their dealings with that particular country. Okay, we have housing stats. Okay, housing stats, and this is the number of new residential construction projects started in a month. Okay, and it reflects demand of housing and overall economic health. Okay, if there is enough housing, or there's a positive there's a positive remark towards the infrastructure of a particular country, okay, we tend to have more accommodations. And once there is more accommodations, there will be more funds. Okay, when you accommodate more, the people pay rent. Okay, and it's kind of influence that particular the value of that particular currency. Okay, so up next we have business confidence index. Okay, and this measures business owners confidence in the economy, okay, which can impact investments and hiring decision. Okay, and now I'll just talk a little bit about this. Okay, now business owners are one of the stakeholders that actually affect or influence the performance of a country's economy. Okay, when you have enough business, you have enough businessmen and women. Okay, you have enough business. Okay, let me just put it like that: enough business that are thriving well. Okay, in an economy. And definitely there are things that a country would actually need to put in place in order to ensure that these things work out. Okay, for example, like security. Okay, when you provide enough security for business owners, they have confidence. You kind of build trust and confidence within them in order to come to your country and then invest more in your country. And if when they invest more in your country, it affects your country's currency positively. Okay, so that's just a little bit about that. So we talk about durable goods orders. Okay, measures new goods placed with manufacturers for durable goods. High level indicates economic strength. Okay, so we move to inflation rates, the rate at which the general level of price for goods and services is rising. Okay, so and when you talk about high inflation rates, high inflation can erode, okay, can erode purchasing power. Okay, now let me just spend a little bit of time in this. Now, when you check, for example, you check the Nigerian naira, now you discover that the inflation rate is very, very high. Okay, when inflation rate is high, it means it doesn't mean good. Okay, it means it means it's negative. Okay, for a country's economy. Okay, because it will affect the prices of goods and services in that particular country. Okay, and definitely it will also affect the purchasing power. Okay, for example, if you go to the market and something you bought yesterday for 16 naira has been changed, okay, to like 120 naira, it will affect your spending habits. Okay, you won't be able to purchase such goods. Okay, so inflation rates doesn't an increase in inflation rates doesn't reflect positivity in a country's economy. Okay, so we move to interest rates. Okay, interest rates at which a central bank lend to commercial banks. Okay, changing the interest rates can impact currency value. All right, so for example, from the literal meaning of interest, okay, when somebody borrows you something, okay, the person asks for a commission or an interest, okay, over that particular commodity. Okay, so high interest rates, okay, high interest rate signifies positivity. Okay, when the interest rate of a country is high, of a country's currency is high, then it signifies positivity for that country. All right, so we move to our next slide, and lastly, we have non-farm payroll. Okay, and this measures the changes in the number of employed people. Okay, excluding those in farm industries, government employees, private household, and the rest. Okay, so this actually measures the changes of employed people, okay, employed people in a particular currency, in a particular country, okay, except those in this particular area. And just one thing that I would want us to really note, okay, is that these particular indicators are, news are being released about them. Okay, their news are being released about them on a daily basis. Okay, a country releases reports about the performance of their country, and this affects the forex market. Okay, so that being said, I would just round up here, and that will be all for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for having me, and we will progress to the next topic. Thank you so much.